So I've got my peg drawing in Illustrator and it's looking okay. There's a few weird lines over here, but they came from the peg. But as I zoom in, I just got the ability to just maybe refine this drawing just a little bit more. And what I've spotted is that some of the lines that I drew were separate. Now, for what we're going to do in Photoshop later, we want it to kind of be a closed path. And by closed path, I mean no white holes running between lines. And whilst that is a closed path, as in the black line is going across, which means we'll be able to select it, there's this nasty little arrow in here. So what you can actually do is you can just select those two lines by drawing over the top of them. So deselect and then draw, although this one's locked. So you can draw over the top of them, and where they are, you can then just go Command J and it will join them, and that gets rid of that little bump. There's a few other ones where I've just realised the drawing's not quite as neat as it could be, so I'm going to take that through until it intersects into there. And again, just going to cap that stroke off with a round top, which means it will just close that little gap. Do the same on this one, close that by pressing stroke, give it a round top, it should shorten it, and then I can go and just drag it back in to make the line match up. Another close path there, so click off, click on, Command J, joins it all together. So you could just go around the drawing looking just on the edges to see if there's any nasty little bits that you might want to sort out. There's a few here. With this one, just zoom in and find that end point and just drag it up to meet the middle point. With this one, there's a kind of double bump. Just align those two lines up and it should tidy it up. So I've gone around most of the drawing now, trying to find that. And I also spotted that I'd missed a line here when I did the last bit. Just because I can tidy out that line and bring it in parallel. Right. So mini adjustments might just make your design feel a little bit stronger. Once you've done all that and you feel you're happy with it, we're going to move it into Photoshop. And to do that, it's two simple ways. You can either save the file and then open it in Photoshop, or the easiest way really is just to grab it. So select all, Command G to group it, Command C to copy it, and then drop it into Illustrator by opening into Photoshop by opening Photoshop. And I've got an A3 page here ready to draw in at 300 dpi, and if you just go Command V and go OK, at that point I'll use it as a smart object, which means you can adjust it. So if you press Option, you can then change its size. As it's a smart object, it's a vector, it's still extending mathematically. And then once you press yes, that turns it into a kind of secured image. And then the only other thing you need to do is to turn that into a rasterized image. So to do that, you press on this tab over here, at the same time as pressing Control. That will give you a drop down menu and just rasterize the layer. That turns this now into pixels, which means when we're using tools like the magic wand, means it will be selecting the pixels and stuff in separate areas. Anyway, more on that in the next video. Here we go.